Welcome to Barnstable Today. I'm Kevin Friel. I'll be your host today. I'd like to remind you right at the top that the meetings we cover are available on demand at the town's website. You can log on at www.town.barnstable.ma.us. Thursday night, the Barnstable Town Council is holding a special meeting to continue its review process of the fiscal year 2011 operating budget. The overall budget comes in just over $151 million. At its June 3rd meeting, the Council gave its approval to the $57 million school budget, the $11 million police budget, and Barnstable Municipal Airport's $6 million budget. To gain more insight and perspective on this special meeting of the Town Council, we interviewed Assistant Town Manager Tom Lynch.
Well, we're very pleased to be with Assistant Town Manager Tom Lynch again. We're going to talk the Town Council. We're going to talk what's coming up for the Town Council, what's down the line for the Town Council. So, Tom, the biggest thing that's going on is they're having this special meeting. Why are we having this special meeting? Where are we in the budget process?
Well, this meeting was always planned in case we hadn't been able to finish it, the budget on June 3rd. So I'd say we're about 2/3 through the budgetary process. We have completed all of the workshops, so town councils have had a chance to hear from all of the department heads and all of the various around their budgets. And last week we were able to get through the schools, the police, and the airport budgets before we bumped up to the 11 o'clock time. So this is more or less a continuation of the last meeting. I believe we're going to start pretty much right in with the budget, and we will attempt to finish all the rest of the departments. And it's gone fairly smoothly so far. The councils have asked good questions. Our phone-in number, which is still available, which is 508-862-4610. If citizens want to, either during the week or during the budget, call in with questions. And there were a couple for the schools, and there were a couple for the airport. And it might range from, with the airport, when might you be breaking ground for your terminal, to the schools asking them to explain why they were using some one-time stimulus money to balance their budget and how that would affect them next year. So there can be somewhat complicated budget questions or just questions around citizens' mind. They're all welcome, and the town manager's been reading them to the presenters as they're up. So we're hopeful we'll finish the budget this week. If we don't, then we'll carry it on to the 17th.
Speaking of the 17th meeting, we'll get to that in 1 second, but I just wanted to talk a little bit more about the call-in. Last week, the phone lines opened at 7 o'clock. Is that the same thing this week?
It'll be open again. They'll be open at 7, but that number is the same that we have here for the town manager's office. So anytime during the next few working days, if someone is watching this broadcast and said, "Gee, I was wondering about something to do with the senior services," and wanted to phone in a question about that, we will take that down and then email it into the town manager and the council president, so those questions can be read right on the air.
The Assistant Town Manager and I also had a chance to speak about future meetings of the Barnstable Town Council. Specifically, there are 3 big issues that you surely want to know about.
Now, so that takes care of this Thursday night's meeting. I want to look for just a moment at what's coming up for the Town Council, because the budget has certainly taken up a lot of the Town Council's time, rightfully so, but there are a number of other items that are coming down the pipe. Could you first start off with, why don't we talk about the sign code first?
Okay. Yeah, because there are probably like 3 big issues that the council will be confronting, and folks should probably be aware the council likes to only have 1 meeting in July and 1 meeting in August, so it pushes this last meeting in June to have some extra issues. There is the sign code matter. The planning board has had public hearings on a proposal that would revise the existing sign code for Main Street, or the growth incentive zone. So it doesn't cover the whole town, it just covers that business district. And it's looking to try to bring some sort of consistency to the A-frame signs, the open and closed signs that might be in, someone might be using flags or banners, and there'll be debate as to whether you should have one of them or whether you can have a A-frame and a banner, that'll be all up for discussion. And we suspect that they will be able to make some determination, because the business community has been very thoughtful about trying to work with the planning board to present something that'll bring consistency to the signage on Main Street.
Very good. Now, you mentioned there were 3 big issues that were coming up. Why don't we get right into the next one? I believe that's the school and the track and the field.
I think that's one. I know it's a big issue for the schools. They're looking at trying to redo the track, which has really become a liability issue, and the football field. And they would like to use some monies that were set aside with the sale of the 5th grade school just for capital improvements like this. So they have been able to bid it out. They had a discussion with the town council early on and put it out to bid. I think they've got a very favorable bid that still leaves some money in that account for emergencies, and they will be hopefully addressing that on the 17th, and the schools will be there to make that presentation to the council.
Well, I can speak from a little bit of experience playing on that football field in high school, but by the end of the season, it was torn up. I mean, the middle of the field was like dirt. I mean, they do a lot to maintain it, but, constant use of the field just wears it out. I mean, it's turf, and that's just how it is.
And if they would have put in one of the synthetic fields, the types they have now are very durable, and I think they're very more friendly toward the athletes, and I think there's reduced risk of injury. So it would be, very positive. And we think it would also link in with the new Hyannis Youth and Community Center and be a real shining star in terms of the athletic facility for the children of the town.
Yeah, absolutely. They could get this year, the lacrosse team has been using the BHS Stadium to play their games, so they can get more people in, better views, and all that sort of fun stuff. Well, anyways, Tom, there's one more big topic that's coming up. It's the sewers. It's something that we've heard about before. What's going on with that?
Well, people have been asking us because the town council had its subcommittee where it had looked at various options as to how they would fund sewers and private roads, or just sewers or just private roads, and how they would the mechanism for doing that. And we understand right now that the council president is considering that, making that the focus of the meeting in July. Whether there'd be a special meeting for that or not, I don't know, but I think right now he's got it scheduled for July. There'll be all the options out there. Take care of the Stewart's Creek that we've had a lot about, but also look at the other areas that we're trying to deal with. This is a big public policy issue, how you deal with wastewater, and so it'll be I'm sure a big debate. We had it a year ago during the summer. It came up, and so the council is scheduling how they're going to deal with that. So we'll have more on that probably as early as next week.
Very good. Thank you so much for joining us, Tom. We appreciate you coming on, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
The opportunity for citizens to call into Town Hall to give their opinion on the fiscal year 2011 operating budget continues this week. Folks can call in during business hours to the town manager's office, or on Thursday night during the council discussion. The number to call is 508-862-4610. Now let's take a look at this week's remaining meetings. On Wednesday, June 9th at 7 o'clock in the evening, the Zoning Board of Appeals meets in the Town Hall hearing room. Also at 7 o'clock, Old Kings Highway meets at the Route 149 West Barnstable Community Building. Thursday, June 10th at 9 o'clock in the morning, Site Plan Review has a meeting in the Town Hall hearing room. At 7 o'clock, the Town Council continues its budget workshop meetings. Well, that's all the time I have for now. I'm Kevin Friel, and I'll see you next time on Barnstable Today.